Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. Before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. How many times have you known English words but still felt unsure how to put them together? Really? Take a moment and think about it. Maybe you know many useful words. Maybe you know verbs, nouns, adjectives, and many expressions. Maybe you watch English videos, listen to conversations, repeat sentences, and understand a lot when other people speak. But when it is your turn to speak, you may suddenly feel stuck. You may think, I know the words, but how do I make a sentence? You may have ideas in your mind, but the structure does not come quickly. You want to say something simple, something natural, something useful. But your brain starts searching, translating, correcting, and worrying at the same time. If this has happened to you, please understand something important. You are not alone, and this does not mean your English is weak. Many learners do not struggle because they have no vocabulary. They struggle because they do not have enough sentence patterns ready in their mind. Words are important, of course, but sentence patterns are like the road that helps your words move forward. When you know a pattern, you do not have to build every sentence from zero. You can take one simple structure and change a few words to express many different ideas. This is how real English becomes easier. This is how you start speaking faster, more naturally, and with more confidence. So, in today's lesson, I'm Evelyn, and I want to help you practice 70 essential English sentence patterns you need every day. These are not strange textbook sentences. These are real life patterns you can use at home, at work, with friends, while shopping, while asking for help, while explaining your feelings, while talking about your plans, and while expressing your opinions. The goal today is not just to hear these patterns. The goal is to train your mouth to use them. So as you listen, repeat after me when you can. Say the examples out loud. Change the sentences with your own information. Do not worry about being perfect. Today, we are building speaking strength one useful pattern at a time. Before we begin the patterns, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are in a normal daily conversation. Someone asks you, what do you want to do today? You know the answer, but you pause. Then you remember a simple pattern, I want to. Suddenly, the sentence becomes easy. I want to stay home. I want to go shopping. I want to practice English. Now imagine someone asks you why you are busy. You remember another pattern. I have to. Then you can say, I have to finish my work. I have to call my friend. I have to clean my room. This is the power of sentence patterns. They give your brain a starting point. They make English feel less confusing and more usable. Let's begin with one of the most important patterns in daily English. I want to. This pattern is used when you talk about something you desire or something you would like to do. You can say, I want to drink some water. I want to learn English every day. I want to speak more confidently. I want to take a short break. Now practice with me in your own life. Say, I want to, and finish the sentence with something true for you. Maybe you can say, I want to improve my pronunciation. Maybe you can say, I want to travel next year. Maybe you can say, I want to feel more confident when I speak. This pattern is simple, but it is powerful because you can use it many times every day. The next pattern is, I need to. This is used when something is necessary. For example, I need to wake up early. I need to buy some food. I need to answer this message. I need to practice speaking for 10 minutes. Notice the difference between I want to and I need to. I want to shows desire. I need to shows necessity. Now practice this small exercise. Think about your day and make 3 sentences. I need to check my phone. I need to prepare breakfast. I need to finish my work. When you repeat this pattern daily, you will become faster at talking about your responsibilities. Another very common pattern is, I have to. This also talks about something necessary, but it often feels like a duty or obligation. You can say, I have to go now. I have to study tonight. I have to help my family. I have to be careful. In real life, this pattern is everywhere. At work, you may say, I have to send an email. At home, you may say, I have to wash the dishes. In a conversation, you may say, I have to leave in 10 minutes. Now repeat these examples slowly. I have to go now. I have to finish this today. I have to practice more. Good. You are not only learning the pattern, you are training your speaking muscles. Now let's use the pattern, I'm going to. This pattern is very useful when you talk about plans. You can say, I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to watch a lesson. I'm going to make tea. I'm going to practice English after dinner. This pattern helps you speak about the near future in a natural way. Instead of thinking too much about grammar, just remember the structure. I'm going to plus action. Practice now by talking about your plan for today. Say, I'm going to, and add one action. I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to sleep early tonight. The more you use this pattern, the easier future plans become. A very useful pattern for progress is I'm trying to. This pattern is perfect when you are making effort. You can say, I'm trying to speak more clearly. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to improve my English. This pattern feels natural because it does not sound too perfect. You are not saying you have already mastered something. You are saying you are making effort. That is honest and useful. Practice this with your real life. I'm trying to wake up earlier. I'm trying to stop translating in my head. I'm trying to speak English every day. This sentence pattern is especially good for learners because it lets you talk about your journey with confidence. Now let's talk about the past with the pattern I used to. This pattern is used for something that was true before, but is not true now. You can say, I used to wake up late. I used to be shy. I used to watch English videos without speaking. I used to feel nervous in conversations. This pattern describes change. For example, I used to be afraid of speaking English, but now I practice every day. That sentence shows your progress. Now make your own sentence. Maybe you can say, I used to study only grammar. Maybe you can say, I used to avoid English conversations. Maybe you can say, I used to think fluency was impossible. This pattern helps you tell your story. Be careful with the next pattern because it sounds similar, but it has a different meaning. I'm used to. This means something is normal or comfortable for you now. For example, I'm used to waking up early. I'm used to speaking slowly. I'm used to working under pressure. I'm used to listening to English every day. Listen to the difference. I used to wake up early means before, not now. I'm used to waking up early means it is normal for me now. Practice with simple examples. I'm used to practicing alone. I'm used to hearing different accents. I'm used to making small mistakes. This is a strong pattern because it helps you talk about habits and comfort. Now, let's practice questions. One of the most important question patterns is, can I? This is used when you ask permission or offer to do something. You can say, can I sit here? Can I question? Can I call you later? Can I try again? This pattern is polite and simple. Use it in daily life when you need something. At a cafe, you can say, can I have a cup of coffee? In class, you can say, can I repeat the answer? With a friend, you can say, can I come with you? Now practice out loud. Can I ask a question? Can I use your phone? Can I speak for a minute? Good. These short patterns make real conversations easier. Another polite question pattern is, could you? This is very useful when you ask someone to help you. You can say, could you help me? Could you repeat that? Could you speak more slowly? Could you send me the address? This pattern is softer and more polite than just giving an order. Instead of saying, repeat that, you can say, could you repeat that? Instead of saying, help me, you can say, could you help me? Practice this now. Imagine you are talking to someone in English and you did not understand. Say, could you say that again? Now imagine you need information. Say, could you tell me the time? This pattern is one of the most useful patterns for real-life communication. Now let's use would you like to? This pattern is used for invitations and offers. You can say, would you like to join us? Would you like to have some tea? Would you like to go for a walk? Would you like to practice with me? This pattern sounds polite, friendly, and natural. It is very useful in social situations. If you want to invite someone, do not only say, come with me. Say, would you like to come with me? If you want to offer food, say, would you like to try some? Now practice with 3 examples. Would you like to sit here? Would you like to talk later? Would you like to learn this with me? Good. You are building polite English sentence patterns. The next pattern is, let me. This pattern is used when you offer to do something or when you want a moment to think. You can say, let me check. Let me see. Let me help you. Let me think for a moment. This pattern sounds very natural in conversation. When someone asks you a question and you need time, say, let me think. When someone needs help, say, let me help you. When you are checking information, say, let me check. Practice this slowly. Let me see. Let me explain. Let me try again. These short patterns are small, but they make you sound more natural and more confident. Now let's move to opinions with I think. This is one of the most common patterns in English. You can say, I think this is a good idea. I think we should leave now. I think English becomes easier with practice. I think this pattern is useful. Many learners stay silent because they think their opinion must be perfect. But you can start simply with I think. Practice now. I think this lesson is helpful. I think I need more speaking practice. I think small habits are powerful. This pattern lets you enter conversations without pressure. A softer opinion pattern is I feel like. You can use it for feelings, opinions, or things you want to do. For example, I feel like taking a break. I feel like I'm improving. I feel like this is important. I feel like going outside. This pattern is very common in natural speech. It helps you sound conversational, not robotic. Now practice with your own feeling. I feel like I need more confidence. I feel like I understand more now. I feel like practicing again. Excellent. Keep going slowly because every pattern you practice today is becoming a tool you can use later. Another useful pattern is it depends on. This is perfect when the answer changes based on the situation. You can say, it depends on the weather. It depends on my schedule. It depends on the price. It depends on how much time I have. This pattern helps you avoid one-word answers. If someone asks, "Can you come tomorrow?" you can say, "It depends on my work." If someone asks, "Do you like traveling?" you can say, "It depends on the place." Practice now. It depends on the situation. It depends on my mood. It depends on the time. This pattern makes your English more flexible. Now use the reason is when you want to explain something. You can say, "The reason is simple. The reason is I need more practice.
The reason is
The reason is we did not have enough time." This pattern helps you give explanations clearly. Many learners stop after one sentence, but this pattern helps you continue. For example, I practice English every day. The reason is I want to speak more confidently. Now you try. I listen to English daily. The reason is finish the sentence with your own idea. Maybe the reason is I want to understand native speakers. Very good. This is how you build longer answers. Let's practice a few more useful daily patterns together. I'm interested in is used for things you like or want to learn about. You can say, I'm interested in English. I'm interested in business. I'm interested in learning new skills. I'm interested in speaking with people from different countries. I'm looking for is used when you need to find something. You can say, I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking for a good book. I'm looking for a better way to practice. I'm worried about is used for concerns. You can say, I'm worried about my exam. I'm worried about making mistakes. I'm worried about speaking too slowly. These patterns help you describe your life, your needs, and your feelings. Now let's finish this practice section with two memory patterns. I forgot to, and I remember. You can say, I forgot to call you. I forgot to bring my bag. I forgot to practice yesterday. I remember meeting him. I remember this word. I remember practicing this sentence. These patterns are useful because daily life is full of remembering and forgetting. Practice now with real examples. I forgot to. Maybe I forgot to send the message. Now say, I remember. Maybe I remember this pattern now. Good. You have already practiced many important sentence patterns, and each one can help you speak more easily in real life. Do not rush. Do not think, I must master all 70 today. Just keep listening, repeating, and using these patterns. Your English will become stronger because you are not only learning words now. You are learning how to build sentences you can actually use every day. Let's begin with one of the most useful sentence patterns in everyday English. I want to. This pattern helps you talk about something you desire, something you plan, or something you would like to do. You can say, I want to drink some water. I want to learn English. I want to speak more confidently. I want to take a short break. The power of this pattern is that it is simple, but you can use it in hundreds of daily situations. When you wake up, you can say, I want to start my day calmly. When you are hungry, you can say, I want to eat something light. When you are thinking about your future, you can say, I want to improve my life. Now practice with your own real sentence. Say, I want to, and finish it with something true for you. Maybe, I want to practice English every day. Maybe, I want to feel more confident. Maybe, I want to speak without fear. Good. This is how you take a pattern and make it personal. Another important pattern is I need to. This pattern is used when something is necessary. It is not just something you want. It is something you feel you must do. You can say, I need to wake up early. I need to buy some food. I need to call my friend. I need to finish my work. This pattern is very common in daily life because we always talk about tasks, responsibilities, and personal needs. For example, before leaving the house, you may say, I need to find my keys. At work, you may say, I need to send this email. While learning English, you may say, I need to practice speaking more. Now create 3 sentences from your own day. I need to. Maybe, I need to clean my room. I need to study tonight. I need to sleep earlier. When you repeat this pattern out loud, your brain starts to use it automatically. Now let's practice I have to. This pattern is also used for necessity, but it often feels like an obligation or duty. You can say, I have to go now. I have to help my family. I have to attend a meeting. I have to be careful. This pattern is useful when you are explaining why you cannot do something. If someone says, can you stay longer? You can say, I'm sorry, I have to leave. If someone asks, why are you busy? You can say, I have to finish some work. Practice these sentences slowly. I have to go now. I have to practice today. I have to make a phone call. I have to be patient with myself. Very good. This pattern will help you explain your daily responsibilities clearly. The next sentence pattern is I'm going to. This is one of the best patterns for talking about plans. You can say, I'm going to make tea. I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to practice English after dinner. I'm going to sleep early tonight. Many learners think too much before talking about the future, but this pattern makes future plans simple. Just say, I'm going to, and add an action. For example, I'm going to study. I'm going to cook. I'm going to walk outside. Now talk about your own plan for today. Say, I'm going to, and finish the sentence. Maybe, I'm going to watch an English lesson. Maybe, I'm going to repeat these sentences. Maybe, I'm going to speak English for 5 minutes. Good. Small sentences like these train your speaking confidence. Now, let's use I'm trying to. This pattern is very useful because it shows effort. You do not have to be perfect when you use this pattern. You are simply saying that you are working on something. You can say, I'm trying to speak more clearly. I'm trying to improve my listening. I'm trying to wake up earlier. I'm trying to stop translating in my head. This pattern is perfect for English learners because learning a language is a process. You can say, I'm trying to build a daily habit. I'm trying to use English more naturally. I'm trying to make fewer pauses when I speak. Now repeat with me. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to speak better. I'm trying to be more confident. Excellent. This pattern helps you talk about progress in a natural way. A very useful pattern for talking about the past is I used to. This means something was true before, but it is not true now, or it has changed. You can say, I used to wake up late. I used to be shy. I used to feel nervous when speaking English. I used to study grammar only. This pattern is powerful because it helps you describe change and growth. For example, I used to be afraid of making mistakes, but now I practice every day. That sentence tells a small story. It shows where you were before and where you are now. Practice with your own life. I used to. Maybe I used to avoid speaking. Maybe I used to forget new words quickly. Maybe I used to think English was too difficult. This pattern helps you express your journey. Now listen carefully to a similar pattern. I'm used to. This does not mean the same thing as I used to. I'm used to means something is normal or comfortable for you now. You can say, I'm used to waking up early. I'm used to practicing alone. I'm used to hearing English every day. I'm used to making small mistakes. This is a very important pattern because it helps you talk about habits and comfort. For example, I'm used to speaking slowly. This means speaking slowly is normal for me now. I'm used to listening to different accents. This means different accents do not feel strange anymore. Practice now. I'm used to learning new words. I'm used to repeating sentences. I'm used to practicing every day. Good. This pattern makes your English sound mature and natural. Now let's practice simple ability with I can. This pattern is used when you talk about something you are able to do. You can say, I can speak a little English. I can understand simple conversations. I can read short messages. I can ask for help. Many learners focus too much on what they cannot do, but this pattern helps you notice your ability. Maybe your English is not perfect, but you can still do many things. You can introduce yourself. You can order food. You can say what you need. You can ask someone to repeat. Now practice confidence sentences. I can improve. I can practice today. I can speak slowly and clearly. I can learn sentence patterns. Say them with calm confidence, not pressure. The opposite pattern is I can't. This pattern is also useful because sometimes you need to explain difficulty. You can say, I can't hear you clearly. I can't find my phone. I can't come today. I can't understand this sentence. But be careful. Do not use I can't only to limit yourself. Use it to communicate honestly. Then continue with a solution. For example, I can't speak fast yet, but I can practice slowly. I can't understand everything, but I can understand more than before. I can't remember this word, but I can check it. This is a healthy way to use the pattern. Now repeat. I can't do it perfectly yet, uh, but I can keep practicing. This sentence is useful for your English and for your confidence. Now let's move into questions with can I? This pattern is used when you ask permission or make a simple request. You can say, can I sit here? Can I ask a question? Can I call you later? Can I try again? This pattern is short, polite, and very practical. In a restaurant, you can say, can I have some water? In a classroom, you can say, can I repeat the answer? In a conversation, you can say, can I say something? Practice now? Can I ask a question? Can I use this? Can I? Excellent. These short question patterns help you enter real conversations more easily. A softer and more polite pattern is, could you? This is used when you ask someone to help you or do something for you. You can say, could you help me? Could you repeat that? Could you speak more slowly? Could you send me the address? This pattern is very important because it makes your English sound respectful. Instead of saying repeat, say, could you repeat that? Instead of saying explain, say, could you explain it again? Now imagine you are speaking with someone and you do not understand. You can say, could you say that again, please? Imagine you need help finding a place. You can say, could you tell me where the station is? Practice slowly. Could you help me? Could you check this? Could you call me later? Very good. This pattern is one of the most useful sentence patterns for daily life. Now let's practice the pattern. Would you like to? This pattern is very useful when you want to invite someone or offer something in a polite way. You can say, would you like to join us? Would you like to sit here? Would you like to go for a walk? Would you like to practice English with me? This pattern is softer and more friendly than a direct sentence. Instead of saying, come with me, you can say, would you like to come with me? Instead of saying, drink tea, you can say, would you like to have some tea? In daily life, this pattern helps you sound kind, respectful, and natural. Now practice with me slowly. Would you like to talk later? Would you like to try again? Would you like to learn this sentence? Very good. When you use this pattern, your English becomes more polite and more conversational. The next pattern is, let me. This is a short pattern, but it is extremely common in real English. You can use it when you offer help, when you need a moment to think, or when you want to explain something. You can say, let me check, let me see, let me think, let me help you, let me explain it again. This pattern is very useful because real conversations often need small thinking moments. If someone asks you a question and you need time, you can say, let me think for a second. If someone needs help, you can say, let me help you with that. If you want to try again, you can say, let me try one more time. Practice now. Let me check. Let me repeat that. Let me say it slowly. Let me give you an example. Excellent. This pattern makes you sound calm and natural. Now let's use I think. This is one of the most important patterns for giving opinions. You can say, I think this is a good idea. I think we should leave now. I think English becomes easier with practice. I think this sentence pattern is useful. Many English learners stay quiet because they feel their opinion must be perfect before they speak. But you do not need a perfect opinion. You only need to see that beginning. I think gives you that beginning. You can use it at work, with friends, in class, or in any conversation. Practice now with simple opinions. I think I need more practice. I think this lesson is helping me. I think speaking slowly is okay. I think small progress is still progress. Good. This pattern helps you enter conversations with more confidence. A softer pattern for opinions and feelings is, I feel like. This pattern is very natural in everyday conversation. You can use it when you talk about a feeling, an opinion, or something you want to do. You can say, I feel like taking a break. I feel like going outside. I feel like I'm improving. I feel like this is important. This pattern sounds more relaxed than I think in some situations. For example, if you are tired, you can say, I feel like resting for a while. If you are happy about your progress, you can say, I feel like my English is getting better. Now, practice with your own feeling. Say, I feel like, and finish the sentence. Maybe I feel like practicing more. Maybe I feel like I understand this pattern. Maybe I feel like I can speak better today. Very good. This pattern helps you express yourself more naturally. Another useful sentence pattern is, it depends on. This pattern is important because not every answer is simple. Sometimes the answer changes because of time, money, weather, mood, schedule, or situation. You can say, it depends on the weather. It depends on my schedule. It depends on the price. It depends on how much time I have. If someone asks, can you come tomorrow? You can say, it depends on my work. If someone asks, do you like traveling? You can say, it depends on the place. This pattern helps you give smarter and more flexible answers. Practice now. It depends on the situation. It depends on my mood. It depends on the time. It depends on the people. Good. This is a very common pattern in natural English. Now let's practice. The reason is, this pattern helps you explain why something happened or why you think something. Many learners give very short answers, and then the conversation stops. But if you use the reason is, you can continue your answer easily. You can say, the reason is I was tired. The reason is we did not have enough time. The reason is I want to improve my speaking. The reason is this pattern helps me make sentences faster. For example, I practice English every day. The reason is I want to speak more confidently. That answer is clear and complete. Now practice your own sentence. I want to improve my English. The reason is maybe. The reason is I want better opportunities. Maybe. The reason is I want to talk to more people. Excellent. This pattern helps you give deeper answers. The next pattern is I'm interested in. This pattern is used when you talk about things you like, study, follow, or want to learn more about. You can say, I'm interested in English. I'm interested in music. I'm interested in business. I'm interested in learning new skills. I'm interested in meeting people from different cultures. This pattern is useful in introductions and conversations because people often ask about your interests. Instead of saying only, I like English, you can say, I'm interested in improving my English speaking. That sounds more natural and specific. Practice now. I'm interested in learning. I'm interested in speaking better. I'm interested in daily English. I'm interested in real conversations. Good. This pattern helps people understand what matters to you. Now let's use I'm looking for. This pattern is used when you are trying to find something. It can be a physical object, a place, a person, or even an idea. You can say, I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking for my phone. I'm looking for a good restaurant. I'm looking for a better way to practice English. This is a very practical daily pattern. At a store, you can say, I'm looking for a black jacket. At work, you can say, I'm looking for the file. Online, you can say, I'm looking for useful English lessons. Now practice slowly. I'm looking for my bag. I'm looking for the address. I'm looking for a simple answer. I'm looking for more speaking practice. Excellent. This pattern is easy and very useful in real life. Another important pattern is I'm worried about. This pattern helps you talk about concerns. You can say, I'm worried about my exam. I'm worried about my pronunciation. I'm worried about making mistakes. I'm worried about speaking too slowly. Many learners feel worried when they speak English, but when you can express that feeling, the feeling becomes easier to manage. For example, you can say, I'm worried about forgetting words, but I will still try. That sentence is honest and strong. Now practice with me. I'm worried about my test. I'm worried about my interview. I'm worried about speaking in public. I'm worried about making mistakes, but I can practice. Good. This pattern helps you speak about your feelings clearly. Now, let's practice two very common memory patterns. I forgot to, and I remember. You can say, I forgot to call you. I forgot to bring my notebook. I forgot to send the message. I forgot to practice yesterday. This pattern is very useful because daily life is full of small, forgotten tasks. Now, use the opposite idea with I remember. You can say, I remember this word. I remember meeting him. I remember practicing this sentence. I remember learning this pattern before. Practice now. I forgot to check my email. I forgot to drink water. I remember your name. I remember this example. Very good. These two patterns help you talk about daily actions and past experiences. The next pattern is I should. This pattern is used when you talk about advice, responsibility, or a good idea. You can say, I should sleep earlier. I should drink more water. I should practice English today. I should be more patient with myself. This pattern is useful because we often talk to ourselves about better choices. But remember, do not use it only with pressure. Use it with calm action. Instead of saying, I should speak perfectly, say, I should practice slowly every day. Instead of saying, I should never make mistakes, say, I should learn from my mistakes. Now practice. I should repeat this sentence. I should listen carefully. I should keep going. I should use English today. Excellent. This pattern helps you guide yourself in a positive way. Now let's practice you should. This pattern is used when you give advice to another person. You can say, you should take a rest. You should ask for help. You should practice every day. You should speak slowly if you feel nervous. Be careful with this pattern because advice can sometimes sound too strong. To make it softer, you can say, maybe you should. For example, maybe you should try again. Maybe you should write it down. Maybe you should start with simple sentences. Practice now. You should listen first. You should repeat after me. You should use this pattern today. Maybe you should practice for 5 minutes. Very good. This pattern helps you give advice in daily conversations. Now, let's finish this section with I'd like to. This means I would like to, and it sounds more polite than I want to. You can say, I'd like to ask a question. I'd like to order a coffee. I'd like to learn more. I'd like to speak with you. In a restaurant, I'd like to order lunch sounds polite and natural. In a meeting, I'd like to share an idea sounds professional. In a lesson, I'd like to practice more sounds clear and respectful. Now practice slowly. I'd like to try. I'd like to understand. I'd like to improve my English. I'd like to speak more confidently. Excellent. You are learning patterns that are not only correct, but also useful, polite, and natural for everyday English. Now let's continue with the pattern I'd rather. This pattern is useful when you prefer one thing instead of another. You can say, I'd rather stay home. I'd rather drink tea. I'd rather study in the morning. I'd rather speak slowly and clearly. This pattern helps you express your choice in a natural way. For example, if someone asks, do you want to go out tonight? You can say, I'd rather rest tonight. If someone asks, do you want to call or send a message? You can say, I'd rather send a message. Practice now with your own preference. I'd rather practice for 10 minutes. I'd rather learn useful sentences. I'd rather speak simply than stay silent. Very good. This pattern helps you sound more confident when you choose what feels better for you. Another useful pattern is, I'm afraid. This pattern can be used when you feel fear, but it is also used politely when you give bad news or disagree. You can say, I'm afraid I can't come today. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm afraid I forgot your name. I'm afraid we are late. This pattern sounds polite and careful. Instead of saying, I can't help you, you can say, I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Instead of saying, I don't know, you can say, I'm afraid I don't know the answer. Practice slowly. I'm afraid I can't join you. I'm afraid I need more time. I'm afraid I made a mistake. Good. This pattern helps you speak honestly without sounding rude. Now let's use I'm sorry for. This pattern is used when you apologize for something. You can say, I'm sorry for being late. I'm sorry for the mistake. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm sorry for not replying sooner. This pattern is important because polite English is not only about correct sentences, it is also about showing respect. If you make a mistake in a conversation, you can say, I'm sorry for that. If you arrive late, you can say, I'm sorry for being late. If you do not understand, you can say, I'm sorry for asking again, but could you repeat that? Now practice. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm sorry for the confusion. I'm sorry for speaking too fast. Excellent. This pattern helps you handle small problems politely. The next pattern is thank you for. This is one of the most useful and polite patterns in English. You can say, thank you for helping me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for calling. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you for being patient. This pattern is powerful because it helps you sound warm and respectful in daily life. At work, you can say, thank you for your support. With a friend, you can say, thank you for listening. In English practice, you can say, thank you for correcting me. Practice now. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for understanding. Very good. A simple thank you sentence can make your English sound kind and natural. Now let's practice. Do you mind if I? This pattern is used when you ask permission in a polite way. You can say, do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind if I open the window? Do you mind if I ask a question? Do you mind if I call you later? This pattern is useful when you want to be respectful. For example, in a quiet room, you may say, do you mind if I make a quick call? In a meeting, you may say, do you mind if I add one point? Practice slowly. Do you mind if I try? Do you mind if I join you? Do you mind if I speak first? Good. This is a very polite daily sentence pattern. Another common question pattern is, what do you think about? This is used when you ask for someone's opinion. You can say, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about learning English every day? What do you think about my plan? What do you think about this sentence? This pattern helps you start real conversations because people like to share opinions. If you only say your own ideas, the conversation may feel one-sided. But when you ask, what do you think about it? You invite the other person to speak. Practice now. What do you think about this lesson? What do you think about practicing alone? What do you think about speaking slowly? Excellent. This pattern helps you connect with others. Now let's use how do I? This pattern is very useful when you ask for instructions. You can say, how do I say this in English? How do I use this word? How do I get to the station? How do I improve my speaking? This pattern is simple, but it can help you in many situations. If you are using a new app, you can say, how do I change the settings? If you are learning English, you can say, how do I make this sentence natural? Practice now. How do I pronounce this word? How do I start a conversation? How do I explain my idea? Very good. This pattern helps you ask for guidance clearly. The next pattern is, how can I? This is similar, but it often sounds like you are looking for a possible solution. You can say, how can I help you? How can I improve faster? How can I remember new words? How can I speak without fear? This pattern is useful because it opens the door to solutions. Instead of thinking, I cannot speak, ask, how can I practice speaking today? Instead of thinking, I always forget words, ask, how can I review words in a better way? Now practice. How can I use this pattern? How can I sound more natural? How can I build confidence? Good. This pattern helps your mind search for action, not excuses. Now let's practice. I don't know how to. This pattern helps you explain what you cannot do yet. You can say, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to pronounce this word. This pattern is honest and useful, especially when you need help. But after you say it, you can add a positive sentence. I don't know how to say it yet, but I can try. I don't know how to explain it clearly, but I will practice. Practice now. I don't know how to use this word. I don't know how to speak fast yet. I don't know how to sound natural yet. Then say, but I can learn. Excellent. That is a strong learner's sentence. Another useful pattern is I know how to. This is the positive version. You can say, I know how to introduce myself. I know how to ask for help. I know how to order food. I know how to use this pattern. This pattern helps you talk about skills and confidence. Many learners forget to notice what they already know. But when you say, I know how to make simple sentences, you remind yourself that you are not starting from zero. Practice now. I know how to say my name. I know how to ask a question. I know how to practice slowly. I know how to keep going. Very good. This pattern helps you speak with a stronger mindset. Now let's use it's time to. This pattern is used when the moment has arrived to do something. You can say it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to sleep. It's time to start. It's time to practice English. This pattern is very useful in daily routines. In the morning, you can say, it's time to wake up. Before work, you can say, it's time to leave. During practice, you can say, it's time to repeat the sentence. Now practice. It's time to focus. It's time to speak. It's time to try again. Good. This pattern helps you talk about action at the right moment. Next pattern is, it's easy to. You can use this when something is simple or comfortable. You can say, it's easy to start. It's easy to forget. It's easy to understand this example. It's easy to practice for 5 minutes. You can also use the opposite pattern. It's hard to. You can say, it's hard to speak when I feel nervous. It's hard to remember everything. It's hard to understand fast English. These patterns help you describe difficulty and ease. Practice both now. It's easy to repeat short sentences. It's hard to speak without practice. It's easy to begin small. It's hard to improve without consistency. Excellent. These patterns help you explain your learning experience. Now, let's practice. I'm ready to. This pattern is used when you feel prepared to do something. You can say, I'm ready to start. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to try again. I'm ready to speak English. It is a very motivating pattern, but it is still natural and simple. You can also say, I'm not ready to when you need more time. I'm not ready to speak fast. I'm not ready to answer yet. I'm not ready to join the conversation. Both patterns are useful. Practice now. I'm ready to practice. I'm ready to repeat. I'm not ready to give up. Very good. That last sentence is important. I'm not ready to give up. Now, let's finish this section with I'm happy to and I'm glad to. These patterns are used when you show positive feelings about doing something. You can say, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to learn with you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to practice today. These patterns make your English sound warm and friendly. If someone says, thank you for helping me, you can say, I'm happy to help. If someone gives good news, you can say, I'm glad to hear that. Practice slowly. I'm happy to try. I'm happy to learn. I'm glad to improve. I'm glad to keep practicing. Excellent. You are now building not just sentences, but real speaking confidence through patterns you can use every day. Now let's continue with the pattern I agree with. This pattern is useful when You want to support someone's idea. You can say, I agree with you. I agree with this idea. I agree with your opinion. I agree with what you said. This pattern is simple, but it helps you take part in real conversations. If someone says, practice is more important than perfection, you can say, I agree with you. Now practice slowly. I agree with this point. I agree with your answer. I agree with the plan. The opposite pattern is I disagree with. You can say, I disagree with that idea. I disagree with this decision. I disagree with you a little. But remember, when you disagree, it is better to sound polite. You can say, I understand, but I disagree. Practice that sentence now. I understand, but I disagree. Good. This helps you express your opinion without sounding rude. Another useful pattern is this is used when you feel confident about something. You can say, I'm sure this will help. I'm sure you can improve. I'm sure I left my keys here. I'm sure practice makes speaking easier. Now practice the softer opposite. I'm not sure. You can say, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure if I understand. I'm not sure where he is. This is very useful when you need more time or more information. Instead of staying silent, you can say, I'm not sure. Let me think. Practice now. I'm not sure, but I can try. I'm not sure, but I will check. I'm not sure, but I want to learn. Excellent. This pattern helps you speak even when you do not have a perfect answer. Now let's practice. Make sure to. This pattern is used when you remind someone to do something important. You can say, make sure to lock the door. Make sure to bring your phone. Make sure to drink water. Make sure to practice every day. You can also use it with yourself. I need to make sure to review these patterns. I need to make sure to speak out loud. Another similar pattern is don't forget to. You can say, don't forget to call me. Don't forget to send the message. Don't forget to repeat the sentence. Don't forget to be patient with yourself. Practice now. Make sure to listen carefully. Make sure to speak slowly. Don't forget to practice. Don't forget to try again. These patterns are perfect for daily reminders. The next pattern is I prefer. This is used when you talk about what you like more. You can say, I prefer tea. I prefer quiet places. I prefer learning in the morning. I prefer simple examples. You can also make longer sentences. I prefer practicing English at night because my house is quiet. I prefer short sentences because they are easier to remember. Now practice the question pattern. Do you prefer? You can say, do you prefer tea or coffee? Do you prefer speaking or writing? Do you prefer studying alone or with a friend? This pattern helps you start friendly conversations. Practice now. I prefer simple English. I prefer daily practice. Do you prefer morning practice or evening practice? Very good. Now let's use I hope. This pattern is used when you talk about something good you want to happen. You can say, I hope you are well. I hope I can improve. I hope this lesson helps you. I hope I speak more confidently soon. This pattern sounds warm and natural. You can use it in messages, conversations, and daily speaking. Another useful pattern is I wish. This is used for hopes, regrets, or imaginary situations. You can say, "Oh, I wish I had more time. I wish I could speak faster. I wish I knew the answer. I wish English felt easier." But remember, do not stop there. You can add action. I wish I could speak faster, so I will practice every day. Practice now. I hope I improve. I hope I stay consistent. I wish I had more confidence. I wish I could speak naturally. Good. These patterns help you express dreams and feelings. Now practice. It looks like. This pattern is used when you do thing seems to be. You can say, it looks like rain. It looks like you are busy. It looks like this pattern is useful. A similar pattern is, it sounds like, you can say, it sounds like fun. It sounds like a problem. It sounds like you need help. It sounds like a good plan. These patterns are very common because they help you react naturally. If someone explains a situation, you can say, it sounds difficult. If someone shares a plan, you can say, it sounds interesting. Practice now. It looks easy. It looks useful. It sounds natural. It sounds helpful. Excellent. The next pattern is there is and there are. These patterns help you describe places and situations. You can say, there is a book on the table. There is a problem. There is a simple way to practice. There are many people outside. There are 70 useful patterns in this lesson. There are many ways to improve. Practice now. Look around you and make a sentence. There is. Maybe. There is a phone near me. Now say, there are. Maybe. There are many things in my room. This pattern is basic, but it is very important for daily English. Now let's finish with a full speaking exercise. I will give you a short daily life practice paragraph using many patterns together, and you can repeat it slowly. I want to improve my English, and I need to practice every day. I have to be patient because learning takes time. I'm going to repeat useful sentence patterns, and I'm trying to speak more naturally. I used to feel nervous, but now I'm used to practicing slowly. I can make simple sentences, and I can ask for help. If I don't understand, I can say, could you repeat that? If I need time, I can say, let me think. I think sentences are useful because they help me speak faster. I'm not sure about every sentence yet, but I know how to keep practicing. I hope my English becomes stronger, and I'm ready to continue. Now say it again with your own voice, slowly and clearly. Do not rush. Each pattern you practice today is a small tool. When you hear these patterns again in real life, they will feel more familiar. When you need to speak, your brain will not have to start from zero. You will have sentence patterns ready, and those patterns will help your words come out more easily, more clearly, and more confidently every day. Now let's continue with another very useful pattern. This pattern helps you talk about one action that happens earlier than another action. You can say, before I sleep, I check my phone. Before I go to work, I drink coffee. Before I speak, I take a deep breath. Before I answer, I think for a moment. This pattern is very useful for daily routines because life is full of small actions in order. Practice with your own routine. Before I leave home, maybe. Before I leave home, I check my bag. Before I study English, Before I study English, I find a quiet place. Good. This pattern helps you explain your daily habits more clearly. The next pattern is after I. This is the opposite idea. It helps you talk about what happens later. You can say, after I wake up, I wash my face. After I finish work, I take a rest. After I practice English, I feel more confident. After I make a mistake, I try again. This pattern is simple, but it helps you speak in longer and more natural sentences instead of saying, I practice English. I feel better. You can say, after I practice English, I feel better. Now practice slowly. After I listen, I repeat. After I repeat, I try my own sentence. After I learn a pattern, I use it in real life. Excellent. This is how you make your speaking flow better. Now let's use when I. This pattern is one of the most common patterns in English. It helps you connect a situation with an action or feeling. You can say, when I am tired, I speak more slowly. When I am busy, I make a short plan. When I don't understand, I ask someone to repeat. When I practice every day, I feel more comfortable. This pattern is useful because it helps you explain yourself. For example, when I speak English, I sometimes feel nervous. That sentence is honest and natural. Now practice with your own life. When I wake up, I, when I feel nervous, I. When I learn something new, I. Very good. This pattern gives your sentences more meaning. Another helpful pattern is whenever I. This pattern is similar to when I, but it often means every time something happens. You can say, whenever I hear a new word, I write it down. Whenever I feel nervous, I speak slowly. Whenever I make a mistake, I learn from it. Whenever I have free time, I practice English. This pattern is powerful for building good habits. It connects a situation with a repeated action. Practice now. Whenever I listen to English, I repeat one sentence. Whenever I forget a word, I describe the idea. Whenever I feel stuck, I start with a simple pattern. Excellent. This pattern can help learners create a real speaking routine. Now let's practice. While I. This pattern is used when two actions happen at the same time. You can say, while I cook, I listen to English. While I walk, I repeat sentences. While I clean my room, I practice pronunciation. While I wait, I review new words. This pattern is very useful because you can connect English practice with daily life. You do not always need a special study time. You can practice while doing simple activities. Now make your own sentence. While I travel, I listen to English. While I drink tea, I repeat sentence patterns. While I get ready, I think in English. Good. This pattern helps you make English part of your normal day. The next pattern is I have been. This pattern helps you talk about something that started before and is still connected to now. You can say, I have been practicing English. I have been learning new patterns. I have been working a lot. I have been trying to speak more. This pattern is useful when someone asks, what have you been doing? You can answer, I have been studying. I have been improving my speaking. I have been listening to English every morning. Practice slowly. I have been practicing. I have been learning. I have been trying. This pattern helps you talk about recent actions and progress. Now, let's use I was about to. This pattern means you were just going to do something. You can say, I was about to call you. I was about to leave. I was about to ask the same question. I was about to start practicing. This pattern sounds very natural in conversation. For example, if someone calls you before you call them, you can say, I was about to call you. If someone explains something before you ask, you can say, I was about to ask that. Practice now. I was about to send the message. I was about to open the door. I was about to repeat the sentence. Very good. This pattern helps you describe timing naturally. Another useful daily pattern is I ended up. This pattern is used when the final result was different from what you first expected. You can say, I ended up staying home. I ended up watching a movie. I ended up studying for 2 hours. I ended up speaking more than I expected. This pattern is very common in stories. For example, I planned to study for 10 minutes, but I ended up practicing for 1 hour. Or, I wanted to stay quiet, but I ended up joining the conversation. Practice now. I ended up learning something new. I ended up trying again. I ended up feeling more confident. Excellent. This pattern helps you tell short, real life stories. Now let's practice I'm supposed to. This pattern is used when something is expected, planned, or required. You can say, I'm supposed to be there at 5. I'm supposed to call my teacher. I'm supposed to finish this today. I'm supposed to practice every morning. This pattern is common at work, school, and home. If someone asks, why are you leaving? You can say, I'm supposed to meet someone. If someone asks, what are you doing later? You can say, I'm supposed to attend a meeting. Practice slowly. I'm supposed to study tonight. I'm supposed to send this email. I'm supposed to speak English for 10 minutes. Good. This pattern helps you explain plans and expectations. The next pattern is, I can't wait to. This means you are excited about something in the future. You can say, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to travel. I can't wait to speak English confidently. I can't wait to understand conversations more easily. This pattern is very positive and natural. It helps you express excitement. Practice now. I can't wait to improve. I can't wait to use these patterns. I can't wait to speak more naturally. Very good. When you say this pattern, say it with energy because it shows a strong positive feeling. Now let's use the best way to. This pattern helps you give advice or explain a method. You can say, the best way to improve is to practice daily. The best way to remember a sentence is to use it. The best way to speak better is to speak often. The best way to build confidence is to start small. This pattern is excellent for giving clear advice. Now, practice with English learning. The best way to learn patterns is to repeat them. The best way to stop fear is to keep trying. The best way to speak naturally is to use real sentences. Excellent. This pattern helps you explain useful ideas clearly. Now, let's finish with all you need to do is. This pattern is used when you want to make something sound simple and clear. You can say, all you need to do is listen and repeat. All you need to do is start with one sentence. All you need to do is practice a little every day. All you need to do is keep going. This pattern is helpful because English learning can feel big, but this sentence makes the next step feel smaller. Practice now. All I need to do is practice today. All I need to do is repeat one pattern. All I need to do is speak slowly and clearly. Good. You have now practiced many essential sentence patterns, and each pattern gives you a new way to express your thoughts in real daily English. Now let's continue with the pattern. As soon as this pattern is useful when one action happens immediately after another action. You can say, as soon as I wake up, I drink water. As soon as I get home, I change my clothes. As soon as I hear a new sentence, I repeat it. As soon as I understand a pattern, I try to use it. This pattern helps your English sound more connected because you are not speaking in short, separate sentences only. Instead of saying, I wake up, I drink water. You can say, as soon as I wake up, I drink water. Practice now with your own life. As soon as I finish work, as soon as I finish work, I take a rest. As soon as I learn a new sentence, I, maybe. As soon as I learn a new sentence, I say it out loud. Very good. This pattern helps you describe timing clearly. Another useful pattern is, even if. This pattern helps you talk about doing something despite a problem or difficulty. You can say, even if I make mistakes, I will keep speaking. Even if I feel nervous, I will try. Even if I forget a word, I will explain the idea. Even if I speak slowly, I can still communicate. This pattern is very powerful for English learners because it trains a strong mindset. You do not wait for perfect conditions. You practice even when it is not easy. Now repeat slowly. Even if I am tired, I can practice for 5 minutes. Even if I am shy, I can say one sentence. If I make mistakes, I can improve. Excellent. This pattern helps you stay active instead of giving up. Now let's practice. As long as this pattern means something is okay if one condition is true. You can say, as long as you practice, you will improve. As long as I speak slowly, people can understand me. As long as I keep trying, I am making progress. As long as we have time, we can review the lesson. This pattern is useful in daily conversation because many situations depend on a condition. For example, I can help you as long as I am free, or we can go outside as long as it does not rain. Practice now. As long as I practice daily, I will get better. As long as I stay patient, I can continue. As long as I use simple patterns, I can speak more easily. Good. This pattern helps you connect conditions with results. The next pattern is in order to. This pattern is used when you explain purpose. You can say, I practice every day in order to speak better. I listen to English in order to improve my understanding. I repeat sentences in order to train my mouth. I learn sentence patterns in order to speak more naturally. This pattern is useful because it helps you explain why you do something. You can also say to in a simpler way, but in order to sounds clearer when you want to emphasize purpose. Practice now. I read aloud in order to improve pronunciation. I write examples in order to remember patterns. I speak slowly in order to sound clear. Excellent. This pattern helps you give stronger explanations. Now, let's use I'm thinking about. This pattern is used when you are considering something. You can say, I'm thinking about changing my routine. I'm thinking about joining a class. I'm thinking about practicing English in the morning. I'm thinking about making a short video in English. This pattern is useful because sometimes you have not made a final decision yet. You are only considering the idea. If someone asks, what are your plans? You can say, I'm thinking about learning a new skill. Practice with your own life. I'm thinking about improving my speaking. I'm thinking about reading more. I'm thinking about practicing with simple dialogues. Very good. This pattern helps you talk about ideas before they become final plans. A stronger pattern is, I decided to. This means you have made a choice. You can say, I decided to practice every day. I decided to stop waiting. I decided to speak more English. I decided to learn useful sentence patterns. This pattern is excellent when you talk about personal change. For example, I used to study only grammar, but I decided to practice speaking. That sentence shows movement and action. Now practice slowly. I decided to start small. I decided to repeat sentences. I decided to be patient. I decided to keep going. Good. This pattern helps you speak about decisions with confidence. Now let's practice. I managed to. This pattern is used when you successfully did something, especially something that was not easy. You can say, I managed to finish my work. I managed to wake up early. I managed to speak English for 5 minutes. I managed to understand the conversation. This pattern is very useful because it shows effort and success together. Maybe the task was difficult, but you did it. Practice now. I managed to remember the sentence. I managed to ask a question. I managed to explain my idea. I managed to practice today. Excellent. This pattern helps you notice your progress. The next pattern is I'm getting better at. This pattern is perfect for describing improvement. You can say, I'm getting better at speaking. I'm getting better at listening. I'm getting better at using sentence patterns. I'm getting better at staying calm in conversations. This pattern is important because improvement is not always sudden. It happens slowly. You may not be perfect, but you are getting better. Now, repeat with confidence. I'm getting better at English. I'm getting better at making sentences. I'm getting better at practicing every day. Very good. This pattern helps you talk about progress in a natural and positive way. Now let's use I find it. This pattern helps you describe your opinion or experience with something. You can say, I find it useful. I find it difficult. I find it easier to learn with examples. You can make longer sentences too. I find it helpful to repeat one sentence many times. I find it difficult to understand fast English. I find it easier to speak when I use simple patterns. Practice now. I find it useful to practice daily. I find it hard to remember everything. I find it helpful to speak slowly. Excellent. This pattern helps you sound more natural when describing your learning experience. Another common pattern is makes me. This pattern helps you talk about how something affects your feelings. You can say, it makes me happy. It makes me nervous. It makes me feel confident. It makes me want to practice more. For example, when I understand English, it makes me happy. When I make mistakes, it sometimes makes me nervous. When I practice every day, it makes me feel stronger. Practice now. Speaking English makes me nervous, but practice makes me confident. Learning new patterns makes me feel ready. Small progress makes me want to continue. Very good. This pattern helps you express feelings in a clear way. Now let's practice. What if? This pattern is used when you imagine a possibility. You can say, what if I make a mistake? What if I forget the word? What if people do not understand me? These questions are common in a learner's mind, but we can answer them with confidence. What if I make a mistake? I will correct it. What if I forget the word? I will describe the idea. What if I speak slowly? That is okay. You can also use this pattern for positive imagination. What if I improve faster than I expect? What if I become more confident? What if I practice today and feel proud? Good. This pattern helps you face fear and create better possibilities. Now, let's finish this section with a practice paragraph that brings these patterns together. Repeat it slowly and clearly. As soon as I start practicing, I feel more focused. Even if I make mistakes, I will keep speaking. As long as I stay patient, I can improve. I practice in order to speak more naturally. I'm thinking about using English more in my daily life, and I decided to repeat useful patterns every day. Today, I managed to learn new sentences, and I'm getting better at speaking. I find it helpful to practice with real examples because it makes me feel more confident. What if I forget a word? I can explain my idea another way. What if I feel nervous? I can breathe, speak slowly, and continue. Excellent. Keep these patterns close because they can help you speak about time, effort, purpose, progress, feelings, and possibilities in real daily conversations. Now, let's continue with the pattern I believe. This pattern is useful when you want to share something you think is true or important. You can say, I believe practice is important. I believe anyone can improve. I believe small steps matter. I believe English becomes easier when you use it every day. This pattern is a little stronger than I think because it can show a deeper opinion or personal value. For example, you can say, I believe confidence comes from practice. That sentence sounds clear and meaningful. Now practice with your own idea. I believe I can improve. I believe mistakes are part of learning. I believe I can speak better with daily practice. Good. This pattern helps you express your thoughts with confidence. Another useful pattern is, I guess. This pattern is common in natural speaking when you are not completely sure, but you want to give an idea. You can say, I guess we should wait. I guess it will take time. I guess I need more practice. I guess this is the best option. This pattern is softer than I believe or I'm sure. It gives you a way to speak even when you are not 100% certain. For example, if someone asks, why is speaking difficult? You can say, I guess it is difficult because we do not practice enough. Now practice slowly. I guess I can try. I guess I understand now. I guess I need to repeat this sentence. Very good. This pattern makes your English sound more conversational. Now let's use I mean. This pattern is very useful when you want to explain your idea more clearly. You can say, I want to practice more. It is not easy, but it is possible. I understand the words, but I need speaking practice. This pattern helps when your first sentence is not clear enough. For example, you may say, English is difficult. Speaking quickly is difficult for me. That second sentence makes your meaning clearer. Practice now. I need more time. I mean, I want to speak naturally. I can understand, but I cannot answer quickly yet. Excellent. This pattern helps you repair and explain your ideas during conversation. The next pattern is what I mean is. This is similar, but it gives you a stronger and clearer way to explain yourself. You can say, what I mean is I need more practice. What I mean is this helps me speak faster. What I mean is I understand the idea, but I need examples. This pattern is helpful when someone does not understand you or when you want to make your point clearer. For example, I do not want to stop learning. What I mean is I need a better routine. Now practice with me. What I mean is I want to improve slowly. What I mean is I need useful daily sentences. What I mean is practice helps me feel ready. Good. This pattern gives you more control in conversation. Now, let's practice. The thing is, this pattern is very common in spoken English when you want to introduce a problem, reason, or honest point. You can say, the thing is, I'm busy today. The thing is, I don't understand this part. The thing is, I need more time. The thing is, speaking takes practice. This pattern sounds natural and conversational. It is useful when you want to explain the real situation. For example, I want to speak English, but the thing is, I feel nervous. That sentence sounds honest and human. Practice now. The thing is, I need help. The thing is, I forgot the word. The thing is, I am still learning. Excellent. This pattern helps you express honest thoughts naturally. Another useful pattern is to be honest. This pattern is used when you want to speak openly or truthfully. You can say, to be honest, I feel nervous. To be honest, I need more practice. To be honest, I did not understand everything. To be honest, I am proud of my progress. This pattern is useful because it makes your speech sound real and personal. It can be used for problems and positive feelings. For example, to be honest, I used to feel afraid of English but now I feel more comfortable. Practice now. To be honest, I want to improve. To be honest, I make mistakes. To be honest, as I am getting better. Very good. This pattern helps you sound sincere. Now let's use, in my opinion. This is another strong pattern for sharing opinions. You can say, in my opinion, daily practice is better than long study once a week. In my opinions, speaking slowly is better than staying silent. In my opinion, useful sentence patterns are more helpful than memorizing random words. This pattern is common in conversations, discussions, and even professional situations. It tells the listener that you are sharing your personal view. Practice now. In my opinion, practice matters. In my opinion, confidence grows slowly. In my opinion, simple English can still be powerful. Good. This pattern helps you organize your opinion clearly. The next pattern is from my experience. This pattern is very useful when you want to share something based on your own life. You can say, from my experience, small habits work better. From my experience, speaking every day helps a lot. From my experience, it is normal to feel nervous at first. This pattern makes your English sound more personal and meaningful. You are not just giving a general opinion. You are connecting your idea to real experience. Practice now. From my experience, repetition helps. From my experience, listening first makes speaking easier. From my experience, mistakes help me learn. Excellent. This pattern is useful for longer answers. Now let's practice. For example, this pattern helps you support your ideas with examples. You can say, sentence patterns are useful. For example, I want to helps you talk about goals. Daily English is everywhere. For example, you can use English when you order food, ask for help, or talk about your plans. Many learners give short answers because they do not know how to continue. For example, helps you continue naturally. Practice now. I can use English every day. For example, I can describe my morning. I need more speaking practice. For example, I can repeat 3 sentences after this lesson. Very good. This pattern helps you make your answers longer and clearer. Another important pattern is, that's why. This pattern connects a reason to a result. You can say, I practice every day. That's why I am improving. I repeat sentence patterns. That's why they become easier to remember. I speak slowly. That's why people understand me better. This pattern is very useful because it helps your sentences feel connected. Instead of speaking in separate ideas, you show the relationship between them. Practice now. I listen carefully. That's why I understand more. I use simple patterns. That's why I can speak faster. I keep practicing. That's why I feel more confident. Excellent. This pattern helps you explain cause and result. Now, let's use that reminds me of this pattern is useful when something makes you think of another person, place, stories, or experience. You can say, that reminds me of my first English class. That reminds me of a conversation I had yesterday. That reminds me of a mistake I made before. This pattern helps you keep conversations going because you can connect one idea to another idea. For example, if someone talks about traveling, you can say, that reminds me of my trip last year. Now, practice. That reminds me of my school days. That reminds me of my first English lesson. That reminds me of a time when I felt nervous but still tried. Good. This pattern helps you share stories naturally. Now let's finish this section with a practice paragraph using these patterns together. Repeat it slowly and clearly. I believe I can improve my English if I practice every day. I guess I do not need to be perfect before I speak. I mean, I can start with simple sentences. What I mean is, sentence patterns give me a clear way to express my ideas. The thing is, I sometimes feel nervous, but to be honest, I am getting better. In my opinion, daily practice is very important. From my experience, repeating useful patterns helps me remember them. For example, I can say, I want improve. I need to practice, and I'm getting better. I practice slowly, and that's why I feel more confident. That reminds me of something important. English is not only something I study. English is something I can use every day. Good. Keep repeating these patterns until they feel familiar, because the more familiar they become, the faster your English will come out when you need it. Now let's continue with the pattern. The problem is, this pattern is useful when you want to explain what is difficult or what is stopping you. You can say, the problem is I don't have enough time. The problem is I feel nervous when I speak. The problem is I understand English, but I cannot answer quickly. This pattern helps you speak honestly about a situation. But remember, after you explain the problem, you can also add a solution. For example, the problem is I forget words, but I can describe the idea another way. Or the problem is I feel shy, but I can start with one simple sentence. Practice slowly. The problem is I need more practice. The problem is I speak too slowly. The problem is I translate in my head. Good. Now add a positive ending. But I can improve. Excellent. This pattern helps you explain difficulty without giving up. The next useful pattern is, the good news is. This pattern helps you introduce something positive after a problem or worry. You can say, the good news is you can improve with practice. The good news is mistakes are normal. The good news is you do not need perfect English to communicate. The good news is sentence patterns make speaking easier. This pattern is very helpful because it changes the feeling of a conversation. If someone says, I am afraid to speak, you can say, the good news is you can start slowly. If someone says, I forget words, you can say, the good news is you can use simple words to explain your idea. Practice now. The good news is I can practice today. The good news is I know more than before. The good news is I am learning step by step. Very good. This pattern helps you speak with hope. Now let's practice one thing I like about. This pattern is useful if you want to describe something positive. You can say, one thing I like about English is that it helps me connect with people. One thing I like about daily practice is that it feels simple. One thing I like about sentence patterns is that they help me speak faster. This pattern is especially good for longer answers because it gives you a clear beginning. Instead of saying only, I like English, you can say, one thing I like about English is that I can use it in many places. Now practice with your own idea. One thing I like about learning English is, maybe one thing I like about learning English is that I can understand more videos. Very good. This pattern helps you give more complete answers. Another important pattern is one thing I don't like about. This pattern helps you express a negative feeling in a clear and controlled way. You can say, one thing I don't like about learning English is forgetting words. One thing I don't like about speaking is feeling nervous. One thing I don't like about fast conversations is that I need more time to answer. This pattern is useful because it helps you explain your difficulty without sounding too negative. You can also add a balanced sentence after it. One thing I don't like about speaking English is making mistakes, but I know mistakes help me learn. Practice now. One thing I don't like about English is finish with your honest answer. Then add, but I can keep practicing. Good. This pattern helps you express feelings with balance. Now let's use I have no idea. This pattern means you really do not know something. You can say, I have no idea what to say. I have no idea where my phone is. I have no idea how to answer that. I have no idea what this word means. This pattern is natural in daily speaking, but use it carefully. It sounds stronger than I'm not sure. If you only have a little doubt, say, I'm not sure. If you truly do not know, say, I have no idea. Practice now. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea where it is. I have no idea how to explain it. Now, add a helpful sentence. Let me check. Very good. You can say, I have no idea, but let me check. That sounds honest and useful. The next pattern is, I have a feeling. This pattern is used when you sense something or believe something may happen, even if you are not completely sure. You can say, I have a feeling this will help. I have a feeling I'm getting better. I have a feeling today will be a good day. I have a feeling I can do this. This pattern sounds natural and personal. It is softer than, I'm sure, but stronger than I guess. Practice slowly. I have a feeling I will improve. I have a feeling this pattern is useful. I have a feeling I can speak better if I practice. Excellent. This pattern helps you express instinct and hope. Now let's practice. I was wondering if this is a very polite pattern for asking a question or making a request. You can say, I was wondering if you could help me. I was wondering if I could ask a question. I was wondering if we could practice together. I was wondering if you could repeat that. This pattern is especially useful in polite conversations, work situations, and messages. Instead of saying, can you help me? You can say, I was wondering if you could help me. It sounds softer and more respectful. Practice now. I was wondering if you could explain this. I was wondering if I could try again. I was wondering if we could talk later. Very good. Pattern helps you ask for things politely. Another useful pattern is, would it be okay if this pattern is also used for polite permission? You can say, would it be okay if I sat here? Would it be okay if I called you later? Would it be okay if I asked one more question? Would it be okay if we practice this again? This pattern is very helpful when you do not want to sound too direct. It gives the other person space to answer comfortably. Practice slowly. Would it be okay if I joined you? Would it be okay if I used this? Would it be okay if I spoke first? Excellent. This is a strong pattern for polite daily English. Now let's use I'd appreciate it if. This is a polite and professional pattern. You can say, I'd appreciate it if you could help me. I'd appreciate it if you could send me the details. I'd appreciate it if you could speak a little more slowly. I'd appreciate it if you could give me more time. This pattern is very useful in formal messages and respectful conversations. Practice now. I'd appreciate it if you could repeat that. I'd appreciate it if you could check my sentence. I'd appreciate it if you could explain it again. Good. This pattern helps you ask for help in a respectful way. Now let's finish this section with let's say. This pattern is used when you want to give an example or imagine a situation. You can say, let's say you are at a restaurant. Let's say you need help. Let's say someone asks you a question. Let's say you forget a word. This pattern is very useful for practice because it creates a small, real-life scene. Let's say you are in a shop and you need a different size. You can say, "Do you have this in a smaller size?" Let's say you do not understand the price. You can say, "Could you say the price again?" Let's say you want to be polite. You can say, "I'd appreciate it if you could help me." Now, repeat this practice paragraph slowly. The problem is, I sometimes feel nervous, but the good news is I can practice. One thing I like about sentence patterns is that they give me a clear beginning. One thing I don't like about speaking is forgetting words, but I can explain my idea another way. I have no idea how to say everything perfectly, but I have a feeling I can improve. I was wondering if I could try again. Would it be okay if I spoke slowly? I'd appreciate it if you could listen patiently. Let's say I make a mistake. That is okay. I can learn, repeat, and continue. Excellent. These patterns help you sound more polite, more natural, and more ready for real daily conversations. Now let's continue with the pattern, "It takes me." This pattern is useful when you talk about how much time you need to do something. You can say, "It takes me 10 minutes to get ready." "It takes me 1 hour to finish my work." "It takes me a few minutes to understand fast English." "It takes me time to feel comfortable when I speak." This pattern is very common in daily life because people often ask about time. If someone says, "How long does it take you to practice English?" You can say, "It takes me about 15 minutes. Practice now with your own life." "It takes me 5 minutes to review new words." "It takes me time to remember sentence patterns." "It takes me practice to speak clearly." Good. This pattern helps you explain time in a natural way. Another useful pattern is, "I spend time." This pattern helps you talk about how you use your time. You can say, "I spend time with my family." "I spend time learning English." "I spend time watching useful videos." "I spend time practicing pronunciation." This pattern is important because your daily habits show what matters to you. You can also say, "I spend too much time on my phone." "I spend less time worrying now." "I spend more time speaking out loud." Practice slowly. "I spend time listening to English." "I spend time repeating sentences." "I spend time improving myself." Excellent. This pattern helps you describe your routine and your priorities. Now let's use, "I'm good at." This pattern helps you talk about your strengths. You can say, "I'm good at listening." "I'm good at remembering examples." "I'm good at helping people." "I'm good at learning slowly and carefully." Many learners only talk about their weaknesses, but you should also know how to talk about your strengths. Maybe you are not fluent yet, but you are good at staying consistent. Maybe you are good at understanding simple English. Maybe you are good at repeating sentences. Practice now. "I'm good at trying again." "I'm good at learning from mistakes." "I'm good at practicing every day." Very good. This pattern helps you speak about yourself with confidence. The opposite pattern is, "I'm not very good at." This pattern helps you talk about a weakness in a softer way. Instead of saying, "I am bad at speaking," you can say, "I'm not very good at speaking yet." That sounds more gentle and more hopeful. You can say, "I'm not very good at pronunciation yet." "I'm not very good at answering quickly yet." "I'm not very good at understanding fast conversations yet." Notice the word "yet." It makes the sentence more positive because it means improvement is possible. Practice now. "I'm not very good at speaking fast yet." "I'm not very good at remembering everything yet." "I'm not very good at long conversations yet, but I can improve." Excellent. This pattern helps you express difficulty without losing confidence. Now let's practice. I have trouble. This pattern is useful when you explain a problem or challenge. You can say, I have trouble understanding fast English. I have trouble remembering new words. I have trouble speaking when I feel nervous. I have trouble finding the right sentence. This pattern is very natural because everyone has trouble with something. The important thing is to add a useful action after the problem. For example, I have trouble speaking quickly, so I practice slowly. I have trouble remembering patterns, so I repeat them every day. Practice now. I have trouble with pronunciation. I have trouble with confidence. I have trouble starting conversations, so I use simple questions. Good. This pattern helps you explain your learning needs clearly. The next pattern is I'm afraid of. This pattern is used when you talk about fear. You can say, I'm afraid of making mistakes. I'm afraid of speaking in front of people. I'm afraid of forgetting words. I'm afraid of sounding strange. Many English learners feel this way, but fear becomes smaller when you talk about it and practice anyway. You can say, I'm afraid of making mistakes, but I will still speak. I'm afraid of speaking slowly, but clear speaking is better than silent fear. Practice slowly. I'm afraid of failing, but I can try. I'm afraid of being judged, but I can keep learning. I'm afraid of mistakes, but mistakes teach me. Excellent. This pattern helps you face fear honestly. Now let's use I'm proud of. This pattern helps you talk about something positive you feel good about. You can say, I'm proud of my progress. I'm proud of my effort. I'm proud of myself for practicing today. I'm proud of every small sentence I can speak. This pattern is important because learners often wait for big results before feeling proud. But you can be proud of small steps too. If you practiced for 5 minutes, you can say, I'm proud of myself for practicing. If you spoke one sentence, you can say, I'm proud of myself for trying. Practice now. I'm proud of my effort. I'm proud of my consistency. I'm proud of myself for not giving up. Very good. This pattern builds confidence from the inside. Another useful pattern is I'm responsible for. This pattern is common in work, home, and daily life. You can say, I'm responsible for this project. I'm responsible for sending the report. I'm responsible for cleaning my room. Responsible for my own practice. This pattern helps you talk about duties in a clear way. At work, you may say, I'm responsible for customer messages. At home, you may say, I'm responsible for cooking today. In learning, you can say, I'm responsible for my progress. Practice now. I'm responsible for my routine. I'm responsible for my effort. I'm responsible for practicing regularly. Good. This pattern helps you sound mature and clear. Now let's practice I'm in charge of. This pattern is similar to I'm responsible for, but it often means you lead or manage something. You can say, I'm in charge of the meeting. I'm in charge of the meeting. I'm in charge of the team. I'm in charge of planning dinner. I'm in charge of organizing the files. This pattern is useful in professional and everyday situations. You can also use it for yourself. I'm in charge of my time. I'm in charge of my learning. I'm in charge of my attitude. Practice slowly. I'm in charge of my practice. I'm in charge of my choices. I'm in charge of how I respond to mistakes. Excellent! This pattern helps you speak with ownership. The next pattern is I look forward to. This is used when you are excited about something in the future. You can say, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to practicing again. I look forward to speaking English more confidently. Remember, after look forward to, we often use a noun or an action with ing. Say, I look forward to learning, not I look forward to learn. Practice now. I look forward to improving. I look forward to using these patterns. I look forward to speaking with more confidence. Very good. This pattern is polite, positive, and useful in messages and conversations. Now let's finish this section with a practice paragraph. Repeat it slowly and clearly. It takes me time to improve, but I spend time practicing every day. I'm good at trying again, and I'm not very good at speaking fast yet. Sometimes I have trouble remembering words, and sometimes I'm afraid of making mistakes. But I'm proud of my effort because I keep going. I'm responsible for my progress, and I'm in charge of my learning. I look forward to improving my English step by step. Excellent. These patterns help you talk about time, habits, strengths, weaknesses, fear, pride, responsibility, and future excitement. Use them in your real life, and they will slowly become part of your natural English. Now let's continue with the pattern I'm tired of. This pattern is useful when you need to say that you do not want something anymore because it has happened too much. You can say, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of making the same mistake. I'm tired of feeling nervous. I'm tired of saying, I will practice later. This pattern is strong, so use it when you really want to express frustration. But after this pattern, add a better action. For example, I'm tired of feeling stuck, so I'm going to practice every day. I'm tired of being afraid, so I'm going to start with simple sentences. Practice slowly. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of overthinking. I'm tired of staying silent. Good. Now say the stronger sentence. I'm tired of staying silent, so I will speak one sentence today. Excellent. This pattern can help you turn frustration into action. Another useful pattern is I'm excited about. This pattern helps you talk about something that makes you feel happy and interested. You can say, I'm excited about this lesson. I'm excited about my progress. I'm excited about learning new sentence patterns. I'm excited about speaking English more naturally. This pattern is useful in daily conversations because people often talk about plans, goals, and good news. If you have a trip coming soon, you can say, I'm excited about my trip. If you are starting a new habit, you can say, I'm excited about my new routine. Practice now. I'm excited about improving. I'm excited about practicing. I'm excited about using English every day. Very good. This pattern helps you express positive energy. Now let's practice. I'm serious about. This pattern is used when something is important to you and you are not just saying it casually. You can say, I'm serious about learning English. I'm serious about improving my speaking. I'm serious about changing my routine. I'm serious about practicing every day. This pattern sounds strong and determined. For example, I'm serious about my English, so I will practice even when I am busy. Or, I'm serious about speaking better, so I will repeat useful patterns until they feel natural. Practice slowly. I'm serious about my progress. I'm serious about my goals. I'm serious about becoming more confident. Excellent. This pattern helps you speak with commitment. The next pattern is I have a chance to. This pattern is used when you have an opportunity. You can say, I have a chance to learn. I have a chance to practice. I have a chance to speak with someone. I have a chance to improve my life. Many learners wait for a perfect chance, but sometimes the chance is already there. If you have 5 minutes, you have a chance to repeat a sentence. If you are listening to English, you have a chance to train your ear. If you make a mistake, you have a chance to learn. Practice now. I have a chance to try. I have a chance to speak. I have a chance to become better. Good. This pattern helps you notice opportunities in normal daily life. Now let's use I don't have to. This pattern is useful because it removes pressure. You can say, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to speak fast. I don't have to know every word. I don't have to understand everything immediately. This pattern is important for English learners because too much pressure can stop speaking. You do not have to speak like a native speaker today. You do not have to use difficult words. Do not have to explain everything perfectly. You only have to start with what you know. Practice slowly. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to rush. I don't have to know everything. Excellent. This pattern gives your mind more space to practice calmly. Another helpful pattern is I just need to. This pattern helps you focus on one simple action. You can say, I just need to start. I just need to repeat this sentence. I just need to practice for 5 minutes. I just need to speak slowly. This pattern is powerful because learning English can feel big, but one small step feels possible. If you feel nervous, say, I just need to try. If you feel confused, say, I just need to learn one pattern. If you feel tired, say, I just need to do a little practice. Practice now. I just need to keep going. I just need to use simple English. I just need to speak one sentence. Very good. This pattern helps you make progress without pressure. Now let's practice. There's no need to. This pattern is used when you want to tell someone that something is not necessary. You can say, there's no need to worry. There's no need to rush. There's no need to feel embarrassed. There's no need to be perfect. This pattern is calm and reassuring. You can use it with yourself too. When you make a mistake, say, there's no need to panic. When you forget a word, say, there's no need to stop. When you speak slowly, say, there's no need to feel ashamed. Practice slowly. There's no need to rush. There's no need to fear mistakes. There's no need to give up. Excellent. This pattern helps you speak with calm confidence. The next pattern is, it doesn't matter if. This pattern helps you talk about something that is not a serious problem. You can say, it doesn't matter if I speak slowly. It doesn't matter if I make a small mistake. It doesn't matter if I forget one word. It doesn't matter if I need more time. This pattern is very helpful for building speaking confidence. Many learners stop because they think every mistake matters too much. But in real communication, small mistakes are normal. What matters is that you keep trying to express your idea. Practice now. It doesn't matter if I am nervous. It doesn't matter if I pause. It doesn't matter if I need to try again. Good. This pattern helps you continue even when speaking feels difficult. Now let's use what matters is. This pattern helps you focus on the most important thing. You can say, what matters is practice. What matters is communication. What matters is consistency. What matters is that you keep speaking. This pattern is useful when you want to correct your focus. It is not about perfect grammar every second. What matters is that you communicate. It is not about knowing every word. What matters is that you can explain your idea. Practice slowly. What matters is I keep trying. What matters is I use English every day. What matters is I do not give up. Excellent. This pattern helps you remember the real goal. Now, Let's finish with a final practice paragraph using many of the patterns together. Repeat it slowly, clearly, and with confidence. I'm tired of waiting for the perfect moment, so I'm excited about practicing today. I'm serious about improving my English, and I have a chance to use these sentence patterns every day. I don't have to be perfect, and I don't have to speak fast. I just need to start with one sentence. There's no need to worry, and there's no need to feel embarrassed. It doesn't matter if I make mistakes. It doesn't matter if I speak slowly. What matters is that I keep practicing. What matters is that I use English in real life. I want to improve. I need to practice. I'm going to keep learning, and I'm getting better every day. Now say one more sentence with your own voice. I can use English every day. Say it again. I can use English every day. This is the kind of sentence that trains your mouth, your mind, and your confidence at the same time. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this lesson. I hope these essential English sentence patterns helped you feel more confident, more prepared, and more ready to use English in your daily life. Remember, you do not need to memorize everything in one day. You do not need to speak perfectly. You only need to choose a few useful patterns, repeat them out loud, and use them in real situations, little by little. Sentence patterns are powerful because they give your brain a clear beginning. When you know the beginning, it becomes easier to finish the sentence. So after this video, choose 5 patterns from today's lesson and practice them with your own examples. Say them slowly. Say them again tomorrow. If this lesson helped you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also wants to improve English speaking. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep using English every day. I'm Evelyn, and I'll see you in the next lesson.